born. Similarly, the Vanaspati cannot take birth without a protection. As such, there are protective elements in the Vanaspati also. These protective elements have been recognized in the Indian tradition, that is in the Vedic tradition or the Sanatana Dharma. And the Sanatana Dharma was existence throughout the world. When the man lost knowledge, the Dharma also gave away. It gave rise to what is called as religion. There was no religion at the time of the formation of the humans. The human has come into existence after, that is, he has already completed 27 Chaturyugas. It means each Chaturyuga comprising of 43,20,000 years. He has completed 27 into 43,20,000 years, and he is in the 28th Chaturyuga with a pending of 4,27,000 years. It means he has almost completed about 39 lakhs of years in the present Chaturyuga also. So the man has evolved on the earth about 13 crores of years back approximately. And at the time of the evolution, since he was directly created by the highest energy called the mightiest energy, called the Almighty, he has all the characteristics of the Paramatma. He was as powerful as the Paramatma. The man was able to close his eyes, have an internal vision, see any person in the world as the Paramatma can see, talk to anybody in the world by just closing the eyes, that is with an internal introspection and an internal movement. The man's mind was able to move and become as strong as the Paramatma. It can also move towards the matter. So the man's mind can move either towards the matter or towards the ultimate energy also. That capacity is there even today, even though the man is not utilizing that capacity. For example, how it is to be done is, when the mind is with the eye, it works at the velocity of light. When the mind is with the ear, it works at the velocity of sound. And for a vision or for hearing, the mind must be with the organ. When it is with the eye, it has got a light vision. When it has got a ear, it has got a vision of the sound. But to have the vision, we need two things. One is the mind and eye combination. Whether eye is with the mind or mind with the eye, both will give a vision. When the mind is with the ear or the ear is with the mind, you will have a hearing. As such, it is only a question whether the eye is with the mind or mind with the eye. The mind with the eye gives an external vision, whereas eye with the mind gives an internal vision. Since the man himself is basically a genetical prodigy of the solar system and that of the universe, whatever that is there in the solar system, the whole thing remains within the physical body. Whatever the action of the solar system is the same action in the human body. The way the energy flows in the solar system, in the same manner the energy also flows in the human body. The earth has got a life of 432 crores heartbeats. The earth is very similar to the human body, that is the Panchabhuta Sharira, which is called the matter. So the matter or the material portion of the body has got a life of 432 crores years there in the Mahaprana, that is in the earth, whereas in the body it is 432 crores heartbeats. So in this 432 crores heartbeats, whatever that happens, the same thing happens in 432 crores of years, because 1 year is one heartbeat of the Mother Earth. That is why in the festivals, the first festival is the Sankranti, that is called as Samplas Kranti Sankranti. On that day, my mother heart beats. When the heart beats, we are all aware that the energy rises in the earth. So the day of Sankranti must be celebrated as the day on which the heartbeat commences. The beat of the heart commences on that particular day. When the beat of the heart of my mother commences, the whole living organism gets life. Both life and non-life particles gets energy. So their energy goes up in half the revolution of the earth, that is, the earth revolves around the sun. Consequently, the earth gains energy. The northern hemisphere of the earth gains energy. So the northern hemisphere, if the energy were to rise, then we can know what happens to the earth, because the entire power of the earth is concentrated at the north pole, not at the south pole. The energy emanates from the North Pole, passes to the South Pole. As such, the life also has a picture. That is, it emanates from the North Pole and then goes to the South Pole. So the emanation of energy comes from the North Pole. So any behavioral changes in the Northern Hemisphere will also correspondingly have in the Southern Hemisphere also, but after the 6 months. The commencement of energy comes from the north and the wind current moves toward the south. So this action of this Northern Hemisphere is taken as a revolutionary day, because the earth gets energy from the sun, more and more energy, the energy rises. So the first 6 months, the energy of the Northern Hemisphere rises, and that period we call it as Uttarayana. Uttarayana means northerly motion, northernly sphere, north sphere. So the entire north sphere gets heated up. From that time, the energy of the matter rises. The matter in the earth, the matter in the physical body rises. The matter in the earth has got a longevity of life more longer. The matter in the physical body has got shorter life. That is why that we call it as Mahaprana, the greater prana. This we call it as Alpa Prana, prana remaining for a smaller period of time. So, the energy of the matter rises in the first 6 months. Consequently, the matter accumulates energy. So, how it rises? From the Sankranti, the rays of light starts penetrating into the earth atmosphere, and there is an inertia for rise of temperature because it has already become cold. So the cold must go. The rays of light must try to enter and penetrate into the earth atmosphere. All the 7 rays of light enter the earth atmosphere after about roughly 13 days from the day of this Uttarayana, that is Sankranti, and that period we call it as Ratha Saptami. The sun will come in a chariot to give more light to the earth. This is what we say, this is called as Ratha Saptami. After some time, the penetration becomes more and more. The energy of the earth goes on rising, and we say now the earth is in tapas. What do we mean? The northern hemisphere of the earth will be directly tilting, directly facing the sun. The angle goes on changing. As the earth moves, the angle between the sun and the earth goes on changing. Since the earth faces the sun, it means we can say the earth faces the Atman of the earth. So when it faces the Atman, it gets the light from the Atman. Consequently, the energy rises. The rise of energy, or whenever the energy rises, that particular word is called Shiva. Shiva is not an idol, Shiva is not a god. Shiva is a posture in which the matter gets converted into energy. So the material moves toward the energy, that process is called as Shiva. When the material loses the energy, it is called Shava. Shava and Shiva are the two postures of a material, or postures of a human, because man is also made up of material, in which the energy rises or the energy falls. If the energy rises on account of tilting toward the sun, called as Tapa, we call it as Tapas. So whenever the earth does Tapas, or whenever the human body does Tapas, there is a rise of temperature. So this rise of temperature, because the material is absorbing and moving toward the sun, closer to the sun, the northern hemisphere comes closer and closer to the sun. Consequently, the heat on the northern hemisphere rises. So this day we consider as Shivaratri. When the temperature rises, what happens? The air current starts moving. There will be more water that will be added to the air from the sea. So the air absorbs more and more water. Consequently, clouds are formed on account of this Shiva Vyavastha. So the Shiva makes preparations in the earth for the cloud to form and consequently the rain to come. So we celebrate and say that the rain will come because the Shiva Vyavastha is there in the earth. We prepare and tell the people how this rain comes in the Veda mantras. So we conduct the yajnas on those days such that it will be conducive to strengthening the ozone and for the movement of the air. These yajnas are called as Rudra yajnas, which will strengthen the wind currents, consequently make the clouds to move onto the land. A